What's up, humans, and welcome to a new Psicoactivo. Happy Monday, everybody. Okay, so there's a lot going on, but I am glad to bring you an echo of a video that I saw because some of the things that have been the hardest to get out of in this UFO topic is the stigma. There's stigma everywhere. There's stigma in academia, there's stigma in science, there's stigma within the walls of Congress and the Senate. Within the military is where the most work has been done, thanks to people like Ryan Graves or Bob Salas or Dr. Jacobs or Commander Fravor. For me, watching Commander Fravor give his account of the Tic Tac on Joe Rogan and other places, a man with that level of experience and talent to fly, that really convinced me that there was something going on. And there have been a few more that have come out and talked about it, but we just got a new kind of high profile Air Force pilot. His name is Ryan Bodenheimer. He reached the level of major, if I'm not mistaken, at the Air Force. The type of planes that he flew are kind of like these. This is the F-15. These are planes from the Air Force. And he has also flown the Thunderbirds in an exercise. And he has a YouTube channel by the name of Max Afterburner. And he talks only about airplanes, fighter jets, all kinds that you can imagine. And he is a military tech and mega project YouTube creator. He has over 278,000 subscribers. He does very well, I'm guessing, on his YouTube channel. And he had never done UFO videos until today. Well, I think it was yesterday, more like, but he just came out to fight against that stigma and to relay his experience of two types of encounters that he had. One, he considers that it may have been some kind of a secret project. And surprise, surprise, it was a triangle craft. The other one was really strange for him because it was just like a massive 50 feet in diameter rectangle that was kind of whitish and a little cream in the middle, kind of like this. These are the images that he shared on his video. This is one, and this is another one. That's kind of what he saw. That's a render. The other one was kind of like this. The triangular craft that he saw was near Area 51 during an exercise with the Thunderbirds. This is another rendition of what he got that kind of looks like what he saw. Both of the experiences where these objects just flew past his cockpit and at insane speeds. But he did feel a difference between the two. And the other one that was like a rectangle, this one, that one happened in Wyoming. And he communicated the Denver Center of Command to tell them what he saw. And I just got a little clip for you guys to show you just a little bit of what he talks about. Okay, so here is Ryan Bodenheimer, the YouTube creator called Max Afterburner, talking about his two encounters with two types of different UAPs that I think you should listen to. Here it is.
And this lightning fast triangle blitzed past me as we were setting ourselves up on a final. So the runways in front of us were setting ourselves up on a final. And then whew, I just remember seeing this thing go massively fast past. This first one, I could tell that this craft was moving completely opposite of the direction I was moving, and basically like it had done like an intercept or a dust off maneuver. So maybe this was like its way of having fun. You get dusted off by a UAP. It was silver that maybe made it look like it was machine welded together, but it was so futuristic looking that it also didn't make sense that it had welding on it, but it looked like it was unpainted. That's the best way I could put it. Silver, unpainted, shiny, reflective. I don't remember seeing anything on my radar, no static or anything over the radio. So what was this thing? Was it some sort of an advanced drone? Was it some sort of testing that was going on where they're intercepting fighter jets? I mean, I feel like if that was the case, why would they do it over the base? Why wouldn't they just do it when we were out practicing closer to Area 51 and closer to the range complex? So this one happened when I was in a different jet. I'm up at 30,000.
This encounter number 2, that rectangle that I told you about, and they were close to Area 51. We have to say that because the recent articles on both the New York Post and the Wall Street Journal do talk about some technology created by the Air Force and by the government. And these black triangles have been cited since the 80s, at least. And we have an Air Force pilot who has different explanations of different types of UAPs, one of them being a triangle, telling you that, yeah, one of these was way more strange than the other one, but both had impossible characteristics. Does that mean that maybe the government does have some kind of propulsion that they haven't disclosed to the public? I guess that's what's being talked about and has been suspected for many years. Now we finally have someone else who has over 70 missions that he flew with a lot of experience telling you that, yeah, these pilots are constantly encountering UAP during their flights and their missions. And now there's a little bit less stigma and they're talking about it. I think this is a step in the right direction. And I think this is a great response, like inadvertently, from someone who is not even on the topic to those types of articles that are designed to take down the reality of what UAP are and that they do exist and that some of them may be from the government and others are definitely anomalous. So here's the second sighting that he had.
Feet. I was cruising at probably about 400 knots. It was daytime. The sky was clear, and I'm scanning the horizon, just standard procedure. You know, you got everything else doped. The jet's looking good. Scan outside, looking for other aircraft, looking for weather, things like that. And then just out of nowhere, off the left-hand side, down the wing line, it was a bright object just caught my attention. And I thought it might be really far off in the distance, but I could tell that it was getting bigger as it was coming towards me. So that means it's really close. This was like a essentially perfect rectangle shape. Maybe I would assume probably.
That's another different interpretation of what he saw. I guess he used AI to describe it, and he used all the pictures that he thought were similar to what he saw.
Probably like 30 to 50 feet high. It was bright white along the outside edges, and it was like the outside edges were glowing. And then on the inside, it kind of got a little bit lighter colored, and it went all the way down to like a cream and then a clear center. So cream in the middle and then clear center. I know it sounds like I'm talking about like a delicious pastry, but literally was the wildest experience I think I've ever had, because immediately I thought.
Do you see that? That's honesty right there. This guy saw something really strange that he cannot explain. And at a different part of the video, he tells you that this object behaves by not respecting any of the aerodynamics laws that he knows that they teach him in the academy. And it violates everything he learned. So you can tell that this guy really saw something that he doesn't understand how it flies. And that's exactly what convinced me. That reaction right there that I saw from Commander Fravor, that's what got me. And this is why I changed my mind. And I think that, yeah, something is going on and they're not telling us. And now more people are coming forward. And I'm very happy for that, because you can tell that, and even with all of these hit pieces against people who have been fighting for transparency for decades, like Robert Salas, for example, even with these hit pieces, you can see that people who are not even related to the topic are now talking about what they saw. We need more of this. If you're a fighter pilot who's seen something, and you can see that more people are being brave and they're not feeling the stigma anymore, I urge you to please come forward. It will help the topic more. I can guarantee it.
thought it might be a weather balloon. So I'm looking for a tether. There's no tether at all. And so then I'm thinking, am I imagining this? But it starts to get closer and closer off of our left-hand side. And it didn't do a breakneck speed thing. It didn't just fly past. It kind of went like a slower motion, which makes me think it was going the same direction as us and not being like a opposite direction, which would give it that breakneck line of sight where it just flies behind you. It definitely wasn't a plane. It wasn't a drone. There was no wings on this thing. There was no exhaust at all. And again, there was no tether, so it wasn't a balloon. And the edges, it was like they were so bright, they were pulsing. And I don't know if that's just an effect that my eyes had to kind of deal with how bright it was on the outside, but it came close enough where I could really see all the details of it. So bright white around the outside, kind of like a pulse. It's so bright. Transitioned to more of a cream color, so it wasn't as bright. Kind of in the inner, I would call it like the middle of it, the outer of the middle, and then in the center, it was like clear, like I could almost see like just kind of clear sky through like a little hole, like air was passing through that hole. But again, we're at 30,000 feet, we're at 400 knots, and I don't know, it's like this thing's hanging with us, not we don't get the breakneck speed past it. So it was obviously going really quick. But the crazy thing is, so there's no contrail, there's nothing on our weather radar, no static on the radio, and it's completely flat planed. So aerodynamically, this thing shouldn't be going close to 400 knots. It really was defying any type of aeronautic laws that I've learned of. So we fly past it, check all the sensors of the aircraft. Nothing was off. Everything looked good. Didn't distort any of our electronics. Nothing like that.
So yeah, that happened. And I think more of this is going to keep happening. And I know that I'm looking over a case of a Tic Tac sighting that happened back in 2019 that I'm still looking into it. I already asked a couple of people from the Navy who may have been involved in it. I have already spoken to 2 people, but if I'm going to come forward with one of these cases, I at least need a first-hand account. And if I can get either video or something that is not classified, because I'm not taking any classified material at all, I'm not stupid, I will report on it. But for now, I'm just telling you, there are more accounts of these sightings from different types of pilots, Air Force, Navy, the NRO, NORAD pilots, and they all report seeing different things. And some of them look mechanical and some of them look anomalous. And I like that more people are being brave, like Ryan here. I want to thank Ryan for being brave enough to come forward and talk about his experience. I would invite him I want to extend an invitation to the show if he wants to come and talk about it. But for now, I leave you with this. What do you think about Ryan's account? Do you think it's good for something? You can check all his links in the description. His channel is pretty awesome. If you're into aviation and military technology, it's pretty cool. I would check it out, and I'll leave you a link to the video so you can see the entire account. It's like a 21-minute video, but this is another step in the right direction. And yeah, let me know what you think in the comments about what he talks about. If you like the content you see, I'm going to ask you to like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. It only costs you a few seconds, nothing more, and it is what helps us the most, so thank you. But if you want to support us in any other way, there's a few links in the description. You can become a member. You can support us on KGRA. Anything you choose to do is always appreciated. So thank you. That's it for me today on this video, but I'll see you guys in the next one. And remember, stay curious and inquisitive. Always. Like Ryan. Bye.